Thank you very much. This is a wonderfully special evening. It's nice to be able to look and see all of the beautiful faces from Versailles 73. And these ladies are fantastic. I hope you guys enjoy watching them. Someone asked me why was it so special and why was it a treat, and I didn't realize how special and how much of a treat it would actually be until I was done with the process. But along the way, I would receive little emails. Like, I would get an email, this is like in the middle of editing, it would be from Beth Ann. She said, how's it going? she said, how you coming along? And I would get these encouraging emails from Pat and Nikki, and just the other day, Alva was like, you want to grab something to eat? So they were nurturing and taking care of me, and I really wanted to tell their story. But they're so fantastic and fabulous, and if you call Charlene Dash and ask her something, she's like Johnny on the spot, the email comes right back. They're incredible. They're smart, they're talented, they're fascinating, and they did something that should be cherished and recognized from this 40-year mark and 40 years forward. So I think this day is not so much about me as it is about them, because they gave us a platform to tell a wonderful story. And what I learned is through the art of oral storytelling, you build leaders, you build characters, and you allow people to learn. And I hope you learned something from this film, and I hope you remember it, and I hope you realize that it takes one small idea that can make a major flashpoint, that can make a major revolution, that can change the world. So thank you for having me. Miss Barbara Jackson. Yeah. And we're delighted to have the editor-at-large of Essence Magazine, Miss Nikki Taylor.
And you are now an award-winning, accomplished filmmaker and documentarian, if that's the correct word. Is your education and background in filmmaking? Is that your background?
No, I actually studied English Lit and economics. I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. I actually work in advertising. I work at an ad agency, so I guess I make mini films, little 30-second films, and so this was a big undertaking as a first-time film director, but I really wanted it, and it was a passion, much like the passion these models have, and it was a conviction, so that kind of led me through that 19-month process of being able to find all of these lovely people and find the documentation to substantiate the stories and the research.
Fabulous. Okay, so share with us how you approach.
The footage that you see is the only footage that I can find. And I think it was Pat Leland that told me she had actually not even seen that footage before. That was the first time that she'd seen it. So I think it was a lot of research. The information was not readily available. It was 40 years old. There were no iPhones, so there wasn't a lot of stuff on YouTube to find. So it required going to Versailles. It required coming to FIT, Bryn Mawr, Vanderbilt University. There was scores of universities and archives that we went to actually find the story, and then finding the people themselves. But I also wanted to document it with real documents. So I wouldn't say it was an easy task. The media covered it, but the media didn't always drill down to the stories of these women that are on the stage.
Yeah. These are the dimensions of song.
Break loose comes, you better do it or die. That's what it comes to. When it's your turn, you better do it. And do it the best you can, period.
What are the benefits that you feel that you reaped as a result of this event after you got back home? Okay, the precious memories of it, fine, but then how did you benefit from it? Was your pay scale higher? Was your agency?
No, and that's the thing you have to understand. This is what was so interesting and why someone like Deborah and many people never heard of Versailles. It was a job. We didn't go there and come back and all of a sudden, what this is now as a documentary is quite different than what it was as an actuality. It was the joy of doing it. The fact that we actually won, the fact that we could walk through the whole of Versailles, be invited to the fact that we had a moment to dance on that stage and really be productive was great. When we came home, we went right back to business. I don't think
Business of being showgirls.
The fact that Anne Klein, who was at the time ill and dying, was so generous and kind to us.
she wasn't always kind.
But she said,
Girls were light skinned, but now she's dark.
I know. I have always been a Francophile, and I've always loved Paris. My thought is that I was there generations ago. I believe in karma, past lives, etc. Anyway, I was very happy when she said, anyone who would like to stay for the weekend.
She decided she wanted to do this, when she knew she was going to do Versailles. She talked to me about it. She was very, very worried, and she wanted to talk to me about Black girls. And she said, I know what I want to do because I'm going to do an African theme, and I need those girls. And do you think the girls, which girls should I do? She did. I was there for her. I told her, and she was someone I cared about very much while we were there, even though I was the assistant to another designer, because she felt very beautiful. She was very sad. She was struggling through because she was being pushed aside a lot, she felt. But everybody was,
I mean, they didn't even invite Stephen or her to that luncheon. That we saw that picture of all of them together. They didn't even invite them. They didn't even tell them.
we don't care.
One of the interesting things, that there were so many points that resonate with us to this day about Versailles 73. But I had the opportunity to stay at Versailles back in the 80s, courtesy of YSL Butey. And I was looking out, someone said to me, you're looking out on the great-great-grand sheet of Napoleon and Josephine. But the real point was that the breadth of Black beauty that's on the stage is what helped to restore Versailles. And that's a point that gives me goosebumps to this day. And as far as work goes, the trickle-down effect, I didn't come to Essence until 1980. But the interesting thing is that most of the women on the stage were on the pages of inspiration, that is Essence, prior to Versailles 73 and certainly after. Being a model, walking the beat, or the pavement, if you will, in the 70s. Before Versailles 73, there were people who wouldn't see us. I remember even going in for a go-see with natural hair, and they were saying at an agency, oh, Mrs. So-and-so would never see you like that. After Versailles 73, we got jobs in showrooms and great wigs, and I went in one day, I had my hair pulled back, and oh, yes, well, who are you? Well, I'm the same for yourself before with natural hair, but we don't talk about that. But I got hired that day and sent out, got hired in 75. So it was, I'm sorry.
Dawson got the cover.
Rose Gold cover, yes.
Shortly after this.
Yeah, and Peggy Dillard, and you could go on down the line, not so long, but you could go on down the line. But the reality of it is that, there was a time when we were sort of the invisible women. And, the word is to give honor to whom honor is due. And these are the women who really made a profound difference. As we said earlier,
iTunes, YouTube, Amazon, as well as the DVD is available at Versailles73movie.com if you enjoy the film. Spread the word.
Yeah. filming this.